Reggie, what's up, man? What's going on? What's up, man? How you doing, man? I got the message. I'll call back after this this radio show today. I'll call y'all.
As you can hear, he could not even afford an actual human to read this message. If you are an owner or manager of a business or nonprofit that would like to do good while doing well, and share your messaging by way of the thank you messages we are allowed to provide to our donors, please contact us. South Philadelphia Community Radio can broadcast some basic messaging about what you do and how to contact you in about 3% of Philadelphia commercial and fan radio rings. Send an email to radio@spcr.org. That's radio@spcr.org. We want your money, and we will turn it into radio worth your time. Once again, radio@spcr.org.
SPC.
Thank you and happy listening.
ORG.
I will now stare into the digital void and cry binary tears.
Alright, I'll talk to you. What's up, Brother Mark? How you feeling, man?
All right, folks, stay warm. I got all the wood, man. Look, I'm gonna get my man to paint him. He come and see your son. Your son.
All right.
All right?
All right.
All right? So he can, what you call him? Come on, get in
Yo,
there.
what's up, man?
See right there, what? What?
Nothing about all these jobs there, man.
Them jobs can't go up, man.
What's going on, man?
Them jobs can't go up. Jobs can't go up. Them hybrid jobs can't go up. They gotta come down. Do you remember? Do you remember when we went over there?
Explain to me why you really got to go over there.
What?
They said they're regular package car
No,
drivers.
no, they ain't. No, they're trying to reword it And Shanahan, I'm
Oh,
trying to
listen,
make
I
it seem.
firmly believe
Oh,
it.
can I?
Right.
You gonna let me get a word in?
Go ahead.
Good
Shanahan-
morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Good to see everybody that's watching on Facebook Live. Everybody that's listening to the radio station 92.9 WOOM. Thank you. Appreciate you. I know it's a little cold out there, so hope we can warm you up a little bit with all this information that we got to tell you. Good morning again, everybody that's getting out of work. Hope you guys had a good night. Everybody that's getting ready to go into work, hope you guys get there safely and arrive back home safely. We're gonna get right into it. This past weekend, we had our first union meeting of the year, and a lot of you guys know that our bylaw amendment was presented to the Eboard and to the members, and it was accepted by the membership. No opposers. Everybody was eager and willing to second it. Everything went well. Again, we appreciate that you guys took the chance and had the courage to sign the paper. That amendment doesn't go through if you guys don't sign it. We could do all the work we wanted to, put it together and everything like that, but if you guys don't sign it, then nothing happens. And we want to say thank you, and we appreciate that.
Don't forget, they got to show up to vote.
Yeah, I get to that. Don't forget, now, a lot of you guys were concerned about this whole Rob Wortman situation. He was out there as well at Saturday's meeting, and he passed out a couple of flyers explaining why he had to step down from our E-Board. A lot of our members were hoping that he would say something, but he didn't. He just handed out the flyers and, left it up to us, I guess, to try to figure out what's really going on. But there's more to it than that. So, I'm pretty sure, hopefully, that he will elaborate on everything that happened and just not, give the flyer out and then don't say anything. And, there's a lot of speculation out there. So the members want to know. They need to know, and they have a right to know, because he was a member on the board, and we were paying him. So we need to know what really happened. What you guys think about that? Yeah, because he was your BA.
I think that from the experience that I had, when I heard shop stewards talk about Rob Warrenby's ability to handle the business agent duties, that a lot of them felt as though there wasn't a great line of communication back in a timely manner.
Okay.
I know that I personally had grievances that were outstanding, and I had to contact Bill Shanahan. I told you guys about this numerous times. And other people seem like they get their grievances resolved a lot quicker.
Right.
I take that some way that either the company doesn't like Joe Esposito, or it's it's a political thing.
Yeah, it could be.
Take your pick.
Right. It could be.
It
Could be both.
Could be both.
All of it.
Could be something. Yeah,
Right.
it could be something. Someone's
Right.
put in a situation. I don't think that I ever try to put on anybody's political affiliations, or whether the company wants to seek I don't know, screw somebody over. I don't believe that. I think it's all about making sure we respect what we have and make sure that the member gets what was contractually negotiated for them.
Right.
Otherwise, there's a problem.
I agree.
I think that here's a great sign of these package car driver bids that just got put out there.
51 of them.
No mention of it on Saturday.
Right.
According to sources that Rob Warman didn't know about it. He didn't know that these jobs were coming.
Well,
I can't believe that they're coming that
Before
fast out of nowhere.
Not just Rob Wharton, baby. I'm a trustee. I sit on the board.
And you
I
didn't
didn't know
either?
anything about it, right? And not only that, they're not package car robber jobs. They're trying to reword it. They're putting them up because it's election time to make it look like a lot of jobs. All four are sitting here. We can break it down to you. We went over this at the union meeting.
Right.
Hybrid drivers. You can't fill the bid. You cannot put the bid up until the contract is done and finished. And we went over that. All of us went over that. We
Right.
fight down Union Hall.
Right.
But
He's right. And those bids for Article 22.4s aren't supposed to go in until August 1st. It changes a lot of things at what classification you are and how you get paid. Very big deal, because we just had this conversation down at Union Hall this weekend.
Right.
A guy is doing, part-time is doing driver work. He's using a diet to scan the packages in advance and pre-record the packages. He's coming in early and do the driver's job instead of UPS bringing the driver in and say, no, your start time is 7:30 or 7:15 because you got to scan those 300 or 600 pieces, whatever they may be, before you go out and deliver, right? That's what you need to do. It's not happening.
All right, and if you guys read them bids, any package car driver job that ever went up always said package car driver. These jobs say a full-time service provider.
And they're new jobs.
And they're new jobs.
Not
brand
vacancy.
new job.
Right, right.
And I don't know, I remember in November, Jumbo brought up at the union meeting,
Right.
he said hybrid driver is coming in January. Shanahan said, no, I disagree with Jumbo. He's been telling us this for the last couple months, and now we see it has come up. So they can say whatever they want to say. They always say that because they backtrack all the time.
Right.
Say one thing in the meeting, and then after the meeting,
Something else, right.
always something different. But the fact is, if the contract has not been implemented yet, those jobs should not be up there.
And this is another thing, and this some of the stuff that I heard, especially from the part timers and the people waiting on the retro check. If they're gonna put those jobs up, then let me get my money.
Right.
Cause you can't have it both ways.
All right. On Rob Wharton-B. Rob Wharton-B, listen, he showed up, right? Rob Wharton-B, Clarence Bagby said, Shanahan, what happened? What's the deal? Shanahan works for us. We pay his salary. He said, I'm not going to talk about it. Rob Wharton-B was there. Rob Wharton-B got to defend himself. Just like when they said, I vote yes. Everybody was
Right,
there.
right.
You got to defend yourself.
Right.
Rob Wharton-B, we offered him to come on a radio show. He said he's going to come, right? But the members want to hear from him.
Right.
He got to tell what happened. You understand what I'm saying? If it get ugly, it get ugly.
Right. I agree.
Fact is, if you're saying you're wrong, then you speak out on it. Because I can tell you one thing. A lot of people say a lot of stuff about, they can say anything they want about me, anybody over here. But I can tell you one thing. I know when it's time to fight with the company, I know all these guys here are going to stand with us. They're going to stand with the membership. They've been stood with the membership. And we don't have to prove anything to anybody. Our record speaks for ourselves.
Yeah, perfect example. Clarence, Hooker, and me and Clarence, we was fighting this morning. They told me something. I don't agree with it.
Right.
I don't agree with it. But we still here. I don't
Right.
agree with it.
Right.
And I tell them I don't agree with it. I want to fight them. They said that's the way it is, right?
Yeah.
I don't agree with them. We fought this morning. We still here, unified.
Right.
And
Right.
you want to know the true definition of a union? We was able to have a civil conversation. We didn't agree on it,
Right.
but we had a civil conversation, came to a conclusion, and we moved on.
Right.
But like I said, and that's the purpose. The purpose of a union is to make us stronger, not to divide us.
Right. Right. I agree. And that's what you asked at the meeting. If what the paper that Rob was putting out, if it's true about, he wanted to go over here and help Joni out and everybody like this out.
Right.
And then the principal officer is saying, no, you can't do that. Then what purpose are you serving?
But here's the thing.
Oh, I want to say this. The issue with Rob Warren being his daughter, Shanahan should have chose Jumbo to go over to this other committee meeting was so important, or Joni, or someone else inside the local, whoever it may be. 'Cause
Right.
Rob had to go to his daughter. I agree. That's a concern. We all want to go and hang out
Right.
with the family.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Especially-
the language wasn't that impressively negotiated that it's any more
Right.
different than anybody
And
else.
check this
Okay?
out. And check this out, Joe. Right before you get there. If you remember, it was a 2-man committee. 2-man. So why 4 people had to go?
But here's the thing, though.
You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
I think that you could say that since Billy Marsh and Bill Shanahan, who haven't been in a driver center in a very long time, wanted to get drivers' input for language that is, affecting the driver, it would be reasonable to get drivers in there to go help them make that 2-man committee happen. Wouldn't you think?
No, because at the 2-man committee, they're going to sit there and vote on something.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with, because the contract is already there. They're just going to vote. So, well, I'm going to take Izzy. He's never been a driver.
Izzy
see
might
what I'm
have to
saying?
represent a driver at some point in time. But nonetheless, I wouldn't say Izzy's the person who I'd bring. I would bring Rich Carroll or the other guy from Media Center.
Right, another
or
driver,
shop,
right.
A shop steward
Right.
or the alternate from
Right.
one of the driver centers, because they're the people that are routinely having to deal with the language.
Right.
Second, when he went down to go help out Joni, and I got grievances outstanding that I thought before I left on workman's comp, he
Right.
told me he would go back and handle it in March.
Right.
I get a little offended because I've seen my grievances delayed in the process. Now I got a kind of window in this that he's going down to help out Joni down Oregon Avenue. If Joni needed help that bad, she should have petitioned Shanahan to take somebody off the job and help her document all the supervisors
But-
working down there. What you guys obviously do with the grievance process,
Right.
invite it in, but clearly there's sneaking soups that are happening.
Right, that's what
from
happened.
Oregon
That's
Avenue
right.
and other places.
Right, right.
And like I brought up to Shanahan at the meeting, why can't I go down there and do that work before the supervisor does? Who can I grieve? I can't see what goes on down there, but you know, sure enough, if I wanted to come in on Saturday or Sunday, I get the right to work before the supervisor does because I'm
Yeah.
a union employee and
Right.
I'm willing to go do it.
Right.
So now we got a problem.
Like, you know what though? Here's the thing. When I asked him, like, we should be able to work together.
Right.
I remember Rob coming down there with Joni, but it shouldn't have been an issue with him helping her. Same way that if I'm in the here and Rich comes in, it's times where on the midnight, the Jumbo comes in to help me out. Just like today, we had an issue today with Anthony Bowden.
Okay.
And I wasn't around. Jumbo jumped in, took care of the problem. We talked about it, and everything was good. So, should I fault Jumbo for helping out?
No.
I mean,
Fire me. Fire me. Fire me. Fire me.
Right, right.
There's a big difference between Jumbo coming down, who's around your work area, than Rob Wharton being stationed down at Oregon Avenue building while he has grievances outstanding and is getting phone calls from the shop stewards, from people who are affected, that are calling Bill Shanahan and saying, look, Rob ain't taking care of this. That's the difference in this particular situation. I understand what you're saying. If, like I said, if your house is in order, I got no problem with anybody wanting to come
Right.
down and help you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all can say that, but I'm in disagreement because what happened is, okay, Pete, everybody know how bad it is,
Right.
Okay, Rob came down there. Y'all know I hate Rob. I'm gonna take up for him. Yo, if he came down there to try and help us, we needed help. Joni shows up at 7 o'clock. What is 7 o'clock, 7:30? What's she gonna do 7 o'clock, 7:30? So Rob came out there, even if he didn't have permission, I'm gonna thank him for coming out there.
Right.
You
What time
understand
did
what I'm
Rob
saying?
get there?
Well, he got there when Joni got there, 7:30, 48.
All
But
right.
still, what
Listen,
happened is,
wait,
oh, can I finish?
Supervisor
Can I
Oregon
finish?
Ave?
Can I finish? George Ruggieri, everybody knows, George Ruggieri used to show up 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, anywhere from 1 to 4 o'clock down Oregon Avenue. Oregon Avenue is not a 7:30, 8 o'clock job. Now, I fault Wharton B for that. All right? You got to be down there. You understand what I'm saying, right? So you can't say he wasn't doing his job. Well, we got grievances and stuff down there. Look, listen, you going to talk about grievances sitting? Klein got about 10 grievances in the bag sitting with Joni. Right or
I
wrong?
got about 60.
He got 60 grievances sitting. So she ain't doing her job. And not only that, we got 3 jobs. Fred Johnson retired.
Romeo.
Romeo went to the TWA. Charles Bennett went to the TWA and they ain't filled. So don't look like Joni doing her job.
I hear you. And there was, I'm going to jump off topic real quick, but there was a post yesterday on our page where I comment, and there was 2 people that said it, and one was in agreement with the other. They was talking about, the election coming up. Everybody knows the election coming up, and they wanted to have just one slate go up against the guys in office. Now, I'm gonna issue a challenge, me personally. Everybody that's running and that wants to run, plan on running, whatever the case may be, come on down to the radio show and let the members hear your plan. Tell them what you've been doing, how you've been doing it, how you've been fighting the company, how you've been fighting Hoffa. Come on down here. If you don't want to come here, we got another place we could go, so the whole city of Philadelphia can see it and hear it. Just let me know. My number is 267-235-1588. We'll set it up. My email address is hookabrasi@gmail.com. We'll set it up. We'll go downtown, put it on TV so the members can watch it and hear it. Anybody that wants to run for office in Local 623, we can hash it out. We can come on down to the station. The members can email their questions. Come on Facebook Live and question us, all the people that's running for the top spot, and let's hear your plan. Let the members hear how we plan on running the local. Let them hear how we've been fighting the company and fighting the unfortunately our union officials. Whatever you've been doing, come on out with it. Show the members what you plan on doing with it. Now, if you can't, if you're too afraid and you don't want to show up, because I'm issuing a challenge, everybody can hear it. Come on out. Let's do it the right way. All right, let's settle it. Let's squash it. Let's get one slate together and get these guys out of office.
I'm glad Hooker said that, right? All right. So now, what happened is, I want to see if Shanahan like Hoffa. Richard Hooker will debate Shanahan anywhere, anytime. Will he show up or will he chicken out?
Or would he send somebody else?
Seems like Hoffa did.
Oh, no, he sent Hoffa. He might send Dizzy. He might send Dizzy. No. So what happened is, moving forward, right, the question was asked, who's going to be the next BA? So by contract, bylaws or whatever, they say I'm supposed to be the next one. But it ain't going to happen. He said he talked to Kevin Malley. So moving forward, I don't want it. We're going to put a petition together. We're going to be at the gates. We want Richard Hooker to be the next BA. Richard Hooker Jr. to be the next BA.
Hold on.
Well, I mean, we're going, wherever they accept the signatures, that's what we're doing. All right? Richard Hooker for the next BA. All right, now listen. Everybody was at the Union Hall. Y'all seen Richard Hooker. Richard Hooker did a hell of a job. Zolly, I hope you listen, Zolly, because I want you to tell me that he did a good job. Not tweak it, Zolly. The right thing is to do is say, Jumbo, he did a good job. Not that he tweaked it. Everybody listening with down Union Hall, everybody seen Richard Hooker in action. You know Richard Hooker should be the man. You know Richard Hooker should be the Secretary Treasurer. No questions. Y'all know he should be the next BA. I don't want it. We're going to start the petition. Richard Hooker Jr. will be at the gates. Now,
Hey, John, I appreciate that. I do. But I don't want to be associated with those guys in office. You know what I mean? I wouldn't accept it if they would do it.
if the
Appreciate
members,
it.
if the members want you, you got to take it. If the members
I
sign
agree.
the petition,
I
you gotta
agree.
take it.
I agree
The
with that
members
too.
elected me,
Right.
and I got to sit up there, right?
I see your point.
Even though
I
I
got
can't-
you.
Even
I
though
like how you did that.
Yo,
See how he
but
did
yeah.
that?
But listen,
was good.
listen.
That was good.
I sit outside with the
Right.
sign. From 6 to 9 o'clock, I can't use the bathroom. So I take all the punishment and everything. I ain't got no keys. You know, I sit downstairs. So if I got to take the abuse, you got to take the abuse.
All right, I like how you did that. And since you said that, I got you. I can't disagree with that. If the members say, hey, look, this is what we want, then if I don't do it, then all this stuff I've been talking about, I'll be a hypocrite.
Right.
So I got you.
Yeah, no, I agree, because I remember the conversation we had with Jumbo. When he first got elected, he was like, Jum, you got to take it.
Yeah.
Members want you there,
Yeah,
you got
we
to
did.
take
We
it.
sure did.
We had that conversation,
Yeah.
and actually, you are the best man for the job, no matter what nobody
Right,
say.
right.
Yeah.
The members vote you there, you should be there.
Did he do a great job Saturday with the presentation?
The presentation was flawless.
Beautiful.
Not only was it flawless, it was very well written, very well said, very, very well presented.
And he did the presentation, and he had to tell the principal officer how it was done. Explain to him how it was done. The principal officer looking at the book, like, what is he talking about? Where is he at? You know we was doing it for the last 3-4 months, right? When you get up there, you should have been ready. So, Shannon, man, you're weak.
Should have reached out and made sure you had a copy of that way before that meeting. Said, look, Richard, look, I know you're trying to get a petition passed, change the bylaw change. Give me a copy of the bylaw change so I can have it, so I can read it at the meeting. There's a process. The process didn't happen. It's a little jumbled. Might not you be used to doing that. Don't get me wrong. But there is what you need to do is, hey, someone's trying to do something. I need to go out there and get ahead of the curve.
Right.
Take that information down and run with it and work with it, because working with the membership is what it's all about.
That's right. That's right. It is. It is.
And I want Clarence to elaborate. Clarence asked a question about November and December. Part-time is going to 22.3, full-time job.
All right. Now, we have 2 different BAs tell people that November and December don't count towards their seniority. I had a guy come up to me. He said, he said that the supervisor told him because he didn't get paid for the holiday as a full-time because November, December don't count towards the seniority. The supervisor was going to pay him, but the BA came in and said, November, December don't count, so he's not supposed to get paid. So I went over there, took care of that situation. Anybody that goes full-time, your full-time seniority date is the first day that you start working full-time. November, December counts toward your gaining, and it's not gaining seniority, it's qualifying for the job. Once you qualify for the job, it takes 30 days to qualify for the job. 30 days from the day that you start working full-time. So whether it's November, December, no matter what day it is, all those days count. Now, the one thing that's discouraging is Shanahan agreed at the union meeting
Right.
and he agreed that November, December counts. But he himself told the members, because the member came to me and he said, they told me I don't get seniority until January the 15th or 17th, something like that. I said, no, that's bull. You started in October. You got 30 days from that date. He went back to Shanahan. Shanahan said, yes, Clarence is right, but I don't want to make no waves, so let's wait till January. So at the meeting, I'm telling the truth, but you're not strong enough to stand up and fight for these members. If you're not going to stand up and fight for the membership, you shouldn't be there. It's as simple as that.
And look at what they did with Mr. Ivory Minkin.
Oh, yeah.
Same situation. They told him that November and December didn't count. And he was,
but the BA told him he owed the company money.
Right. The BA told this man who been already waited 4 years to get top rate that November and December didn't count, and that he had to wait until January to get the top rate. And then, when he put the grievance in, then she comes back and says, oh, now you owe the company money. Now.
Actually, he put the grievance in because he was persuaded by the members.
Right. Right. I gave
the BA told him. Right. The BA told him he ain't getting it.
Right. It was good to see because everybody got involved. Brother Tyrone Hagler got involved. He came and got me. They talked to you about it. Marguerite got involved in it because, and that's what it takes. Everybody got to get involved. This is a union. That's what we like to see everybody participating because everybody got involved. He got over $3,300.
And he got it before Christmas.
Right,
which was
before
good.
Christmas. And he's been telling everybody about that because they was going to short this man out. He waited 16 years to get the job. Wait another 4. Now you tell him he can't get his money.
But here's the thing, those 2 months means a lot.
Right.
Because that's 2 months less pension contributions, 2 months less vacation time. Then that 2 months seniority can cost you a job if that's the case. So that 2 months means a lot.
I thought the pension contributions start with day one, regardless whether you make seniority or not.
Yeah, but
it's just the fact that you're working in the full-time classification. When you start making the rate, you get the full-time contributions. That's
meaning you can't retire at a certain time because they got your start date in January instead of October.
The credit that you need to get is 1,800 hours to get a full pension.
No, something like far as years.
Yeah,
so
years.
Instead of retiring in October, they had to wait till January.
So let me tell you what I know from the guys down at Oregon Avenue. We had guys that were full-time down at Oregon Avenue Prelude, but they came in part-time and they had 6 and 7 years part-time or whatever it was, right? So they had to get their time credited. When they came back, they didn't retro credit their part-time years. They kept them separate. And you get 2 different pensions is what they're trying to tell you. Yeah. Now, I don't agree with that because I read the pension language and you're supposed to get credit for retirement purposes. So once I go and I transfer to full-time, I expect that all those years will count when I have to go and retire.
But Joe, you know what he's saying?
No, he's saying,
but he's saying that they want to give him a January seniority date when it should be October.
Right.
But you're not going to get the credit in the year from October to January.
No, but I'm saying, but it's just like,
let's
say you want to retire.
You might have a full-time year, but you won't have the vested year in order to get it. You need to have the vested time in order to retire. I could have 30 years of service, but if I only have 25 vested years, that's what they're counting when I retire. It's about your vesting years.
Yeah, so since Richard Hooker was talking about the gentleman that he got the money, so once again, we had a part-timer show up, Pat, for a 22-3 job, right? The vice president, Joan McGovern, didn't explain the job to her. Did not explain the job to her. She was under the impression because she worked in a small store, right? And she was going to work small store, right? So she worked Monday night. She worked Monday morning, Monday night. She worked yesterday morning. They explained to her that she had to learn how to drive package cars and that she would be loading and everything, right? So they didn't explain the job to her. So she had to disqualify herself because if she couldn't drive a package car, we would have helped her.
Right.
But she didn't know. The way she talked.
But this is what kills me with them. They pick and choose who they want to say that to. Because there's people who took full-time jobs at the airport on the preload who never drove a package car and they made seniority. So they could have.
Look what they tried to do the rate. Look what they tried to do the rate.
Right. But
that was messed up right there.
There are a few people on the preload came full-time. So I'm not going to tell them what they should or shouldn't do. My job is to keep them full-time and let them work. So they could have made an exception for her, same way they've been making exceptions for everybody else. But it depends. But they fight for who they want to fight for. That's simple as that. We fight for everybody.
She ain't in the clique. That's what she's not in their clique, and that's what it's sad. Everybody pay their union dues. Everybody should be treated the same, and it's not. Like in the contract, like we was talking about the contract. Every situation is different.
Right.
It says one thing in the contract, but you got 5 BA say something different.
Yeah. Like I agree. Just like at the union meeting on Saturday, I asked a question in the shop store meeting about the new job. Another guy asked the same question in the general meeting and got a different answer. And the fact of the matter is, if they made, we've never had a building shift job, never. So it's one thing to say we move you to a different spot, but when you move and they call it, because it's now, instead of it being hub building shift, it's building shift. That to me is a new job,
Right.
and that job should be bidded on, and the highest senior person should get that job. So now you got people who've been there 20 years asking me, how come I can't get building shift, ramp, and you got somebody who just coming in and they get the job. That job should be bidded on.
I think that's a big deal for me. Just being at the end of this building, to work itself out through seniority, because that's the system that we have. Especially when you see, like you guys are saying, you have a guy that has less than 5 years full time, go in and get a more preferable job than someone that's been there for 15 years.
You got one guy been there 3 months. 3 months.
3 months?
3 months.
And
he's going building shift.
Good.
3
So,
months.
I mean, as you can see, there's a problem. I'm pretty sure there's other drivers that want that particular building shift job, since there's going to be a lot of drivers going to Article 22.3 positions. I want to make sure that everybody understands that these jobs here, too, that are getting made now, do not affect the next contract year when they have to make jobs, because that is the year that they're supposed to make the jobs. August 1st, 2019.
I just want to know where they came from out of the thin air like that.
Yeah, and what happened is we have 22 threes at the airport. Matt Gilbert, Bobby B, really high on the seniority list, and they've been trying to get that red circle 22-3 job at Oregon Avenue. And the union is not going by seniority. They're not posting it. They're not doing the right thing. It's like a lot of people should be full-time now. The union doing whatever they want to do. What happened is transparency. That's what Hooker talk about.
Right.
If you're doing the right thing, post who got the job. So like now, Mike Brown. Mike Brown got the 22. Y'all know he got the job?
Yeah.
Going down Oregon Avenue. About time. The only reason he got it is because we brought it up last week. And the E-Board is listening to it. Every time we talk about it, they do something, right? He finally got a job. So a couple of the guys got excited. They think they're going to get it. I wish y'all luck.
How many years does Mike Brown have? What's his seniority?
His full-time date is 01.
01? All right, because I was just wondering, because I know the one guy that I know down there that disqualified himself. He had a 2000 seniority date. Just so you guys all realize. So they're going through the process, it looks like. It isn't like it's so out of whack.
Right.
Joe, we don't want to start no controversy, right? But
listen, I agree there's got to be transparency.
No, well, we won't start no controversy, Joe, right? But what happened is, it seems like, if I was cool with them, I was a driver, I had 30 years, I'm going to get that job. I mean, that's what people saying. That's just what it looked like.
Right.
They saying it looked like all the drivers getting that job, Joe. Everybody complaining about it. Everybody getting that job where they only losing $5. They still getting an extra $200. And that's what everybody's saying. I got guys that have been waiting for years and years and years at the airport to deserve that job and got seniority. And I was under the impression that inside 22-3s get the job first.
That's how it's supposed to be.
That's false. It goes to the whole local of those jobs.
Which ones?
The Article 22.
The red circle? Red circle we talking
The
about.
ones that I got. The full-time preload jobs. That's the one you're talking about,
We
right?
talking about red circle with extra $5, Joe.
That's what I got.
Yeah, 22-2.
That's the 22-2 full-time
Yeah,
preload jobs.
but what happened is, Joe,
There's 40 of them.
Joe, you said what you want to say, Joe. Look, we sitting here, I disagree with you again. I got guys that beat me up every day saying they want that job. So Matt Gilbert in behind me. They just up there, Matt Gilbert in behind me.
So
and Bobby B.
I think he 02.
02?
No mistake. I'm not sure. I think
What
he's
year did you
02.
go full-time, Jumbo?
It don't make a difference. I'm not going to Oregon Avenue.
What year did you go full-time?
It don't make a difference. I ain't going to Oregon Avenue. I never go to Oregon Avenue. I don't want to go to the airport. Preload killing us.
Take one of those fueling jobs.
I'm gonna give y'all this question, see what y'all think. Now, the E-board is crumbling. You got two BAs that stepped down or quit, whatever you want to call it, right? They gave us another concession field contract. UPS is doing whatever they want to do. Then at the meeting, you know, we found out information about what happened between Rob and Shanahan. Then the bylaw amendment goes through, no opposes, whatever. Then miraculously, you didn't even know nothing about the 51 jobs, right? You didn't know nothing about it. Nobody said anything about it. And all of a sudden, 51 jobs come out of thin air in an election year after you've been getting just everything around you just crumbling.
Hold it. How many jobs have ever come out in a non-year where they didn't have to make jobs? Let's put that in perspective.
Right, where they didn't have to make them. 51. Now, if it's 5 or 6, okay, 51? 51 jobs.
Here's the thing. Now, they've put up regular package car driver jobs, and they can barely get a couple signatures on.
Right.
So they know they're not going to get 51 people to fill them jobs. Those jobs are going to go to outside hires. We said before when this contract first came out, this contract was heavy on outside hires and the new hires. The ones who've been there were the ones who got slighted. So all these new jobs, so you have people there 10, 15 years who don't want to drive,
right,
who will never go full-time during the duration of this next contract. So they have another 4 to 5 years to wait before they can even have a chance at going full-time. But then you'll have somebody come off the street and be a driver. And then you know what else? With some of them drivers going off the street, a lot of them going to be supervisors. A lot of them supervisors inside the building now want to go driving or are going to be taking them jobs. So the supervisors are going to benefit more from this union than the own members are going to benefit.
Man, that's crazy.
And like you said, the new jobs with the drivers, right? Look, you know I call it the way it is, right? Most of them jobs going to be filled by drivers' family members. That's how it is. That's the way it's going. Everybody coming to work at UPS now, they related to somebody. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Now, somebody told me something last week, and I told him I was going to bring it up. And I'm going to see what y'all think about this. Now, he was talking about the contract that we are on right now with the whole team care thing. Now, this guy been working there over 40 years. So I listen to anybody that talk to me, I always listen to it. But when the guys got all these years, I really, you know, listen to what they're saying. He made a lot of sense. Let me see what y'all think about this. He said that this contract we on right now had nothing to do with team care. It was mainly they wanted the full-year progression, because I can get a driver come in off the street. He's not going to be making what the senior guy's going to be making. It's going to take him 4 years. He's not going to be vested in a full-time pension until he hit year 5. So 4 years, he's not going to do all that work. He's going to quit. But the union still get his pension money.
Correct.
So I'm UPS. I'll give you the money for the insurance. I'm gonna be saving because I'm out of the healthcare business now. I'm done with that. But I'm making money though. I'm saving money because that driver was $18.
$18.75.
It's higher now. It's going up.
Right, but right now it's 18. Right.
Yeah.
So that driver's gonna work about 2-3 years. He's gonna quit. I'm gonna get another guy making $18. He gonna quit. But them guys that's been there,
According to
they'll
the
never make it.
Fund,
They'll never make it.
Fund, 40% of the new contribution if you work the 20-80 hours. So no one in their right mind is ever going to make that investment. No one here would really want that investment. The whole entire retirement benefit in itself needs to be restructured so it's more beneficial, especially because they have a lot of high turnover within the system.
And that's what they're banking on.
Those guys can put in almost close to $100,000 a year, or $100,000 by the time before they become vested. They walk, they don't keep the $100,000. Where did it go? It went into the fund, but it ain't going back into our pockets because that money made money over years.
Right, and that's what he told me. That's what it was all about.
Well, since you're talking about that, right? Just like with Shanahan, the local, they don't tell the shop stewards anything, right? So last night it was like 6 or 7 guys, right, walking around. A couple of them had on Browns, one of them had on a jacket with Brown, this and that, right? And I'm like, what's going on? They took them up down low. I'm like, what's going on? I said, are they supervisors or what, right? So I'm scratching my head, right? So tonight I'm like, hold up. I'm like, yo, my man, where you come from? He said, John, we laid off from feeders. I'm like, thanks for telling me. They didn't even tell us. They got 7 to 8 guys unloading, right? They laid them off, so they got them unload on the midnight, right? The union ain't tell us nothing. But I'm going like, yo, my man, you can't be no supervisor. You know what I'm saying? So they was feeder drivers laid off. But you know what I mean? They just showed up.
Right.
They showed nobody announced it or nothing.
Well, they, like you said, they don't tell us nothing. We was just down there Saturday. We ain't hear anything about the 51 miraculous jobs they just got.
We did hear there's a feeder interest list.
Feeder,
8
right.
guys laid off. They were probably off the street hires because according to the feeder department, there's a lot of off the street hires getting those jobs. So now you want to have a feeder interest list that Article 22.3s really can't sign, that part-timers and local COs can't sign, right? So for the package car drivers.
22.3s inside now.
They can sign it, right? They got to pay for the class to go.
Well, they got to have.
They permit.
They got to have CDL.
They got a CDL, and then UPS will pay for the class now.
They changed the permit.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you do gotta have your permit though.
Yeah, no, you at least gotta have your permit.
Which is
for 22.3, yeah.
Permit. The last thing I heard, you had to get your permit, right? And once you had your permit, you could take the train up. UPS is no longer paying for it. What happened is back when they was with Allstate, they needed feeder drivers real bad, and a lot of guys was failing the dress test, so they made a deal with Allstate. They sent all our guys over there. They sent so many guys over there, Allstate didn't have equipment, so they had to let Allstate use our equipment.
Okay,
got you.
All right, so there you go. So we had guys that got trained that they didn't have to pay for the class. Is that accurate?
Right.
But from my understanding, Article 22.3s have to pay for that class.
Well, when they come down, they had to have at least apply for their permit.
You get your permit, but the class, the training class,
have,
what you got to have. You got to get certified.
I think the Article 22's got to have. They got to have the CDL. I think they have to have the CDL.
Yeah. So
they pay for the class.
They pay for the class then.
Yeah.
They pay for the class in advance.
Well, you don't have to pay for a class. If you can go out somewhere and get somebody to train you, that'd be different. Because if Chuck Rimbert is listening, Chuck Rimbert, I know he's filming right now. Chuck Rimbert went and borrowed $7,000 to $10,000 to go to Smith and Solomon, right? And then the next week, UPS was paying for the class. So I know if he's listening, he's steaming. He's steaming. I mean, the next week, after he went and got the loan to go to school,
right?
It was free. I know he's hot if he's listening.
Wow.
All right, good people, you're listening to WOAM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio, giving you another edition of the 623 Lives Matter radio show. Again, listen, you guys, election time is here. It's about 9 months, and I know a lot of people are very anxious. They don't want all these slates running, but I'm gonna issue it out again because I don't want nobody to get all whatever, like forgetful. Here we go again. I'm issuing a challenge to everybody that's planning on running for local office. We can come down here on our show, right? And then if you don't want to come down to your show because you may say, oh man, it's biased, we'll go downtown to Labor Justice Radio, and they'll do a whole big thing. We can sit down there, we can talk about what you've done, what you plan on doing, show the people that you've been fighting, whatever the case may be, because the members do deserve to have one slate, because that's it's easier. But I want to tell everybody this too. Just this past election cycle, you had 2 locals that have 4 slates, and they unseated the incumbent. So it can happen. It'll be easier to have one, but all of our guys here and everybody that's with us, I'm gonna tell you something. They don't care how many slates run, because no one has been doing anything as a group like you see right here. Nobody. So keep that in mind.
All right. 2 things. Last year we tried. We were the only one tried to get 1 slate. We reached out to everybody. We had meetings with everybody, but it is what it is.
Right.
Now, I don't want y'all to think we don't know what we're talking about. This feeder thing, right? It's confused because the union says one thing. Clarence said you got to have it. I said you got to have your permit. This is what we talking about, confusion. Right. It's not one thing set. We here guessing, right? Right? Now, the only thing that I do know, if you come from package and you go to feeders and you're going overnight, right? You got to make sure when you come over there that you got a partner. I could work with hooker. I could work with, you know what I'm saying? But now, sleepers. But far as permit or driver license, we're fine. We don't want y'all to think we don't know what we're talking about. We know what we're talking about. We just got to find out which way the union is going. You understand what I'm saying? Right. All 4 should be on the same page, but we're not.
Right. because you don't know. Like you say all the time. I know what the books say,
Right.
but then when you go to the hall, and then when they come in, they change it up.
Right.
And that's the problem. Like I said, we know what it says. And actually, we've actually touched on that this same situation a few times at the hall, at the union shop store meetings, and we always come up with different answers.
Right.
So the reason why we just don't know, because they give us different answers every time we ask them.
Like, in perfect example. Now, you remember a few months ago, I asked a question about the whole new harassment language, right? And I said, hey, look, it says that you may or may not get paid. And Shanahan was like, well, that's what it says. But I said, well, but you guys were saying that you will get it. So if the books say it, so which one is it? He couldn't answer me. He tried to explain it to me. But my thing is this. If the book tell me right now that I'm going to get paid double time when the supervisor works 2 hours or less, and I don't get it, what makes me believe that I'm going to get something triple time or whatever when it don't even say it in the book?
Yeah. Listen, I want to see the first triple time hour check with this contract. That's really what I
Oh,
want.
man, I know. I want to see it too.
Is UPS going to back credit all those grievances that, supervisors got caught working 3 times or more and we get paid that triple time as soon as the contract's ratified?
No, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why they're not gonna do it, because Shanahan's not gonna force them to do it. We brought that up too.
Yep.
At the union meeting, we brought up now. Once the contract is ratified, the language is in effect from August 1st, 2018. It doesn't start when the day the contract is ratified. It's backdated. Same way you get retro checks, everything should be backdated. So if you got a supervisor and we can prove that they named and the grievance was paid off with that supervisor's name,
right,
any grievance after that, if it's still within that 9-month period, should be paid at triple time.
It should be.
So would you say that you want to file a grievance now stating that you want retroactive credit for the grievance shortage when the contract is ratified? This
is what I'm saying. Whenever the contract is ratified, let's say the next day a supervisor works. If that's the 3rd time that supervisor's been caught working and is paid off and is within a 9-month period, then they should be paid at triple time. Because that's what the contract says.
Yeah. So what happened is, Hooker and I had a conversation Saturday. I didn't talk to the rest of the guys about this. We had a conversation Saturday. We sat there, we listened to every question was asked, every question that was asked by the member. Every question. Shanahan said this, he said that, but at the end, what he said was, of every question, UPS can do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
And they prove it because they walk right over us. They do. I mean, when you got the Secretary of Treasury who put his head down and get yelled at by the manager. Now this is the same manager who I go to and fight with all the time, yelling at him. And you see a member, the member gonna say, why should I put a grievance in with this dude if they yelling and cussing him out? How you gonna protect me when he can't protect himself?
Yeah, that's bad. I mean, that's real bad.
Would you say that it's more viewed as though it's an attack on Shanahan when that happens? Like, you're making a very aggressive stance, right? How's this guy going to protect me when it looks like he can't protect himself because the guy is disrespecting him in the workplace and acting in an inappropriate manner?
Here's the thing. It goes like this. When you're in the hearing, whether you're a shop store like we are or whatever, then you're on the same level as management. Nobody's above nobody. But him, he's the Secretary of Treasury. He doesn't work for the company. I work for the company. Rich work for the company. Jumbo work for the company. But any given day, you'll see either one of us stand up to any management person inside that building to protect the member. We've had our jobs threatened. We've been threatened with all types of discipline.
Yeah, they walked us out. The security walked us out.
So if you're the head of a local, if you need to stand up, and sometimes you gotta stand up. They raise their voice. You gotta raise your voice. Sometimes you gotta do that to be heard.
Yeah. Yeah, this is true right now. I mean, you can say what you want to say. Now, at the airport, midnight, preload, fly, they don't fear Shanahan. Look, they don't want to go in the office with Richie Hooker. They fear them. They don't even want to go in the office with him, right? Plus both of them together, right? And then they like, don't make us go in there with Jumbo. Don't make it. How does shop stewards get more respect than the Secretary of Treasury? I don't understand it.
Perfect reason why is because they know if we get involved in a certain situation, it's not going to end the way they want to end. Like as far as the Christmas thing, Rich went to the supervisor and he told him, look, if y'all work and y'all not letting us come in, then you're going to get the grievance. We came in, they worked, the grievances went in. So the thing is,
And
what we
what-
say, we
and-
mean we
Yeah.
gotta mean what you say and say what you mean.
Yeah, once Richard Hooker put the grievance in, our guys worked that week.
That very
Right.
next week, matter of fact, actually, I think the next
that's-
day,
yeah.
Right, the next day.
they
right.
came to us and said, yeah, we need y'all Friday and Saturday.
Right. But this question, now I'm gonna put this to y'all again. Now, when we came back on Monday from the union meeting, whatever, everybody talking about Shanahan's done, Unity's done, all this other kind of stuff, and everybody saying that there's no chance they're gonna win, and all this other kind of stuff. And that's why I put a question yesterday: is our E-board, are they finally done? Because everybody keeps saying it. Now, what do y'all think? What does the overall outlook look for them guys right now after all the stuff that's been going on?
I got one thing to say. If you don't put it on paper, I don't want to hear it.
That's right.
Fact of the matter is, whoever's saying that they're done need to prove it by putting it on paper. They got to vote. The only way we can get these guys out of office is if we vote. We can't talk them out of office.
Right.
We
Can't do
can't.
that.
We can't do nothing. Of it.
Right.
The only way we can get them out is to vote them out, and every member has a vote. So if you want them out of office, you want them out that bad, just vote. That's all you got to do. Just vote.
I think everybody should file a grievance to see for themselves how the process works. That's what I think. So you can see firsthand whether you like the service that you get, and if you don't like what it is, vote them out.
Right.
Simple and plain. I've had many experiences with it. You hear the many experiences by these guys here. I've heard other shop stewards complain about it. It's time to get a change in there in office with someone who respects the membership, wants to listen to the shop steward's problems,
Right.
wants to sit there and fight the shop steward's problem and make a team effort to win the victory for the member.
And ever since the last election, we've been out there. We've been out there, giving it up.
Even
flyers,
before that.
everything right. And now, don't say y'all do not know it's an election in November, because we out there night and day. And guess what? It's cold. And we we got flyers in the building, cards everywhere. We've been at the gates, right? So don't pull up and say, Jumbo, why you standing out here? Got election in November. They talking about, but it's January. Yeah, I want y'all to vote. That's why I'm out there.
Yeah.
It's cold. Please vote. Put it on paper.
And he's right. And we're going to continue to be out there because I don't want no one to get complacent and say, oh, man, you know, all this stuff is happening. There's no way that these guys can come back from that. Listen, everybody knows a wounded dog fights the hardest. These guys are wounded. They're gonna try to find a way to keep staying in office. That's why all of a sudden you see these 51 magically appearing jobs out of nowhere. You know what I mean? This didn't happen by just happenstance. They was waiting, and I'm gonna tell you something. This is what the narrative is going to be. Don't vote for Clarence because Clarence didn't get you those 51 jobs. That's what he's going to say. And he's going to talk to the older member. Hey, look, those 51 jobs is going to, you know, protect the pension. That's how they're going to spend it. And if you fall for it, I'm telling you, it's on you because it wasn't what they did to get you those jobs. It was your seniority and you been in the union and how hard you worked. They had nothing to do with it. They're going to spend it that way. And I want you guys to be mindful of that because that's what they do. They are very, very good at taking information that fits their narrative so you can believe it. Just look at what they did with Team Care. They told us, man, it's the same thing you had. It's not going to change. And when you look at it, they both of them say Blue Cross Blue Shield. But guess what? The coverage is way different.
Yeah, and going back to Team Care. So I got one thing to say. They took our UPS health benefits, they gave us Team Care, and they gave us Clemson Park. Everybody forgot about what happened when they went to Clemson Park.
You know what? They took away our health care, gave us Team Care, and they're taking away our regular driver jobs and giving us these 22-4 driver jobs.
Yeah.
Y'all really need to think about all the stuff that we used to have because I really get tired of hearing we used to have this, we used to have this. Well, we get rid of these guys out of office, then we can start getting back what we used to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I go through the hub, right? And I'm all I hear is, where my retro check? Where my retro check?
Man.
I mean, they be fighting me. Where my retro check? I say, ask Shanahan. Shanahan told you to vote yes. To all the parts of it, vote yes, you're going to get your retro check in October. It's January now. Where's your retro check at?
Yeah.
I wonder how many people are still sticking around waiting for that retro check because they want to leave UPS. That's what I want to know. Because the unions would rather high this past month. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they've been pretty high for the last few months I've seen.
Yeah, because I had a lady ask me Monday night. She told me, let me ask you a question. No, it was Friday night when we was at the gate. She said, let me ask you a question. Well, I'm getting ready to leave. Am I still going to get my retro check? I said, listen, call the union hall. But I want to know. I said, listen, call the union hall. Ask them.
Yeah, the thing is, I had somebody ask me that on the preload, same thing. He said he was up for another job. And he said if he take that job, well, would he still get his retro check? I said, yeah. They not, but I told him you need to call the hall because if you leave, they're not going to contact you. But the fact is, all them hours that you work up until this point in time, they owe you that money. Right. So you are owed that money. But they're not going to contact you and say, yeah, we owe you this. So you're going to have to make the contact yourself. Right. Just know, if you do leave, you're owed that money.
And real quick, getting back to the retro check and let everybody know what's going on with that. You got 5 supplements left. You got, I think today the balance went out. Yesterday the balance went out for the Western PA, Upstate New York supplements, right? So they're going to vote, and then their balance is going to be counted on February the 5th, around like 4 p.m. So depending on how they vote, and I'm hearing they still going to vote no. So it could, yeah. So
you see the language difference between the New York's first proposal and the second proposal?
No, I haven't seen it.
In the first proposal, the first proposal, they said they were going to get the necessary pension dollar increases into the fund.
Okay.
So maybe these guys would finally get the raises back they were due when they were taken away from them. The second time around, it didn't really say that. It wasn't quite clear. It was written rather vaguely. I would vote no until that situation is clarified. Because the way the pension contributions were stated, it wasn't stated as strongly as before. So what did the union really get more out of UPS?
Right. Well, that's why they plan on. Well, that's why they plan on voting no again. And I want to tell everybody, hey, look, you also have Local 804. I think they go back to the table. I believe Hector put up their second week in February, somewhere around there. So it's going to take a little while. And you know them guys in 804, they're going to fight. And they just got new leadership too. So you know it's going to be a battle up there. So just calculate, keep track of your hours. The longer they take, the bigger your retro going to be. That's all we can say. And as soon as we find out more, we'll keep telling you what's going on.
Yeah, and we want to say congratulations to 804 again. Don Corleone, my man. 3,000 no.
And 100 and something yes.
100 something yes. They leading the way. And we want everybody to know we still got our vote no signs out there. And someone, why Jumbo still got them vote no signs out? Because the fight is still going on.
Right.
And until we elect new leadership who want to fight for the members,
it's going to be like that here.
It's always going to be a fight. But no matter who's in office, it's going to be a fight with UPS.
Right.
But we need people in there who's going to fight with us and for us. That's what we need.
Hey, so again, I saw some new people come up there. If you're listening, I'm issuing this challenge one more time. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep calling everybody out. There was a message on our page to say, hey, look, man, we need to get one slate, and you're 100% correct. But you guys know, like I know, this is 623. Man, there's going to be all kind of people that want to run. And this is a democratic process, so you have a right to run. But again, if you plan on running, I'm issuing you a challenge. Come on out to the show. If you think the show may be biased because it's a 623 Lives Matter show, we'll go downtown to Labor Justice Radio, and they'll do it up big for us. I already talked to them about it. They'll do it big, put it on TV. Everybody can watch all of us debate. We can talk about what we've been doing, how we've been fighting the company, how we've been fighting Hoffa and his establishment, and all these things, what we plan on doing for the members in the future and how we plan on fighting, and things that we've already been doing to show people the education and transparency. You can bring whatever you plan on doing. If you haven't been doing anything, you can talk about that too. But, it's out there. So like I said, my number is 267-235-1588. Email address hookabrasi@gmail.com. We can set it up. So that way everybody can see what you plan on doing. The members can ask questions live on TV, live on Facebook Live. We can do it from there.
And see, the hardest problem with getting one slate is that everybody want to be a chief. Nobody want to be an Indian, right? Everybody, first thing they said when you ask them, I want to be a BA. Well, everybody can't be a BA.
Right.
Everybody can't be a BA. You know, and that's the problem with trying to get one slate. If you want to represent the members or you want to be a BA. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why we can't get one slate together. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have one slate. I mean, we had guys try to put one slate together right before, but they didn't want to tell people what their position was, this and that, right? Like I said, we're willing to work with anybody.
Right.
Listen,
And that's the thing, we are.
listen. So what happened is they said, Jim, we heard you was talking to Ron Bennett. Talking to Ron Bennett? Ron Bennett, if we talking about making the union better, I talked to Ron. So with Jim, they said you was talking to Ron Bennett. Yeah, I was talking to Ron Bennett. I walked in with him, right? Listen, if anybody, I talk to anybody. If you're trying to make the union better, I'll talk to you. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with Ron Bennett. You know what I mean?
Right, like after the meeting on Saturday, me and Warrenby was having a conversation, and everybody was looking at, you know, like, man, what's going on? Because he told me, hey, Hook, we need to talk. And then he told me, say, Hook, you're young, I'm young, and we could do some things for the future of this local.
Yeah, y'all, all the young guys, it's the future. That's what we fighting for, the future.
So I'm just putting it out there so they ain't a rumor. He said, hey, we could do some things together. So we supposed to be talking. We'll see what happened. But a lot of people, like I said, he has to elaborate on what's going on because it's a lot of questions out there.
Yeah, just like I said, Clarence, Hooker, Wardenby, Expo, they young. Yo, me, I'm on my way out. I'm on my last leg. The man just talking about take forever and unload the trailer. So this is what we're fighting. Just like people say. They say, yo, Jumbo out there fighting for y'all. Jumbo out there for y'all. Trying to tell the part-time. Jumbo out there for y'all. And y'all don't even realize it, right? Anytime the mechanics have to holler at our people saying, why you ain't vote? Why you ain't vote?
Right,
So
that's
we got
sad.
Jumbo standing out there for the help. The mechanics tell their own people that, yo, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm on my way out. You know what I mean? So what happened is for all the people to coming up next. Because what happened is, like I try to tell people, right? Listen, the way Hoffa and our local treat the retirees is wrong. The retirees used to pay $50 a month for their health insurance. Now they pay whatever. Most of the retirees, a lot of retirees got to get a job to pay for their medicine. And that's wrong. So what happened is, like I tell everybody, see my truck? I got my truck because of the retirees. If it wasn't for the retirees, I wouldn't have my truck. So what happened is, you got to remember the people that all made all sacrifices and stuff like that. And our union ain't, and Hoffa not. What about the retirees? Nobody fights for the retirees. What about the retirees?
Right.
So, just to speak on it, we've actually asked Rob to come to the show. So whether he comes or not, we don't know. We waiting to see. But the invitation is open. If you want to come and tell us what happened and about the whole situation, why he stepped down, more than welcome.
Yep.
So it's up to him.
Now, we talked about it last week. And one of the things that what we're going to do is this whole ATM committee. It stands for Advisory Team Member. And what that is going to meet once every quarter to you know, enlighten us, and we can enlighten them of what's going on in the hub or whatever we got going on, so they can go back and tell the membership of what's happening. None of this, I'm going to hide it from you guys or that they don't want us to participate. No, we want you guys to participate. We want you guys to be educated, and we are going to be transparent with you guys. That's why we came up with that committee. And it's based on just like what an ATM does. You cannot pull out more money than what you got in there. If you don't deposit something in there in your account, you can't draw it out. And that's what we are trying to do this for our members. We're going to put a lot of stuff into our members. So hopefully, when time comes, they'll be, you know, more willing to participate.
All right, so like Clarence said, we were invited Rob Wardenby. Listen, we're about the union. We're about making 623 better and stronger, right? Anybody could come down here. We don't have no problem. Listen, Ron Bennett, if you want to come down and talk, you come down and talk. If you want to come down and talk about one slate, you can. All right? Dana, you're welcome to come down, Dana.
Yeah.
I'll be your bodyguard. Matt Gilbert, don't start Matt Gilbert. All right. Bobby Curry, if you want to come down and talk about how you got railroaded, they railroaded you, you're welcome to come down. Anybody can come down.
And make sure when he mentioned it about how he got railroaded, what he said about me and Clarence about if we're the one that conducted a hearing, he would still have his job. Make sure he mentioned that.
Yeah, so what happened is Bobby Curry, you know, me and you come down and you come talk, then we go to Mike's. We go to Mike, get a couple hot dogs, hot sausages, you know what I'm saying, right? But listen, Ron Bennett, Dana, we would love for Dana to come down. All right? Dana, it ain't going to be like in D.C. when you chase Ken Hall. You know what I mean? Oh, you chased me too. Mac Gilbert won't let me forget that. Pat was chasing me last night. Jumbo called 911. But listen, on a serious note, Ron Bennett, we invite you to come down. We want to talk about getting one state together. Dana Costello, you're welcome to come. And Dana, you can say whatever you want. I'm going to be your personal bodyguard. Nothing ain't going to happen to you. Bobby Curry, we want you to come down.
Yeah, because here on the 623 Lives Matter show, we speak the truth. Unlike other stuff where people put out stuff that ain't the truth. As far as, because like I said, it was put out that Rich was offered the spot and didn't take it, and that I was accepted. So now we know that didn't mean, we know that was false. So when you want the truth, come to the ones who give you the truth. And that's 623 Lives Matter.
But here's the problem. You got to be able to take the truth. Just like down the hub, right? You know, I should get people off 99 times, right? Then when they got to take the one day, I don't want to deal with Jumbo no more. I done got you off 99 times. Nothing. No one, no nothing. Now it's time for one day. Jumbo ain't nothing.
All right, good people. We're going to get ready to get out of here. Hey, Esma, we know you got something to say, man. Send us off, man. Send us off. You ain't got nothing to say?
No, I think we've all said it quite clear here. That the mission is about getting the membership service.
Yes.
Making sure we keep what they have for them. Not trying to create a false sense of duty to them, but create a real sense of duty to them by protecting them, by keeping what they're supposed to get, and not have their seniority violated, misrepresented, improperly recorded,
right,
so they get the right amount of pension contributions, the right wages right away, so nobody has to wait for it. You know, it's about timeliness, communication, transparency.
Yep.
It's about an energy here that will put us, you know, in the right direction,
right,
rather than always scrambling about what UPS wants to have happen. More about what we want UPS to make happen.
right.
Put the jobs up that they're supposed to put up. You know, not just magically all of a sudden you got 51 jobs in an election year, but any other year they never did any such thing.
51.
And they up in a timely fashion.
Yeah. But we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys for listening. We're going to make way for our sister and our brother, Sherry and Galen, as they do the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign show. Again, I'm going to issue this challenge again. One slate, right? Okay, well, if you want to run, you can come down here and we can talk about what you've been doing, what you plan on doing, how you've been fighting the company, the vision that you have for the membership. Let's see what you got, and let the members decide. Let them ask questions, and so we could, you know, find out how we gonna get these guys out of office. Because everybody keeps saying they done. I mean, every day they done this, that, and the other. But only way we can get them out for real is vote. Because we said the same thing in 2013, 2016, and look what happened. They still in there. So what you guys gonna do? All right, we're gonna get out of here. We appreciate you guys listening. Hope you guys continue to listen. We enjoy it. We appreciate it. We love you guys. 623 Lives Matter. God bless.